Hello. What up, baby? Forks hat on. Gooch, how you doing, baby?
Swish, I'm doing well. I'm just here in Arizona. The big question is, how are you? Boots on the ground in Utah, elevations higher. I think the people might be a little bit higher than that too. How we doing? I'm just going to get right into it.
Yeah.
How the hell is the scouting report looking for Salt Lake City?
Well, Rob, and I'm sorry to cut you off there because I'm just horny to tell the people what is going on in Salt Lake City. And this might be a little long-winded, but when we roll into town yesterday, obviously the airport is unbelievable. Salt Lake City, one of the bigger hubs in the world, especially for Delta. So great airport, Rob, especially if you're sitting there and you need something more than a Chili's. They do have that. I'm sure we'll have a couple hung days there as the season rolls on. Looking into getting into Park City, maybe doing some content things around the Utah Hockey Club, and maybe even foreshadowing a little bit of a hockey night in Scottsdale ski trip. But right now, we're sitting here on October the 8th, and I rolled into downtown Salt Lake City, and there was a lot of homeless people. Now, I'm not saying that it comes to a shock, but in terms of just you think of clean Mormon people, blondes, and different things. It just had a lot of guys that looked like Dukes from semi-pro. And the one thing that my sister thought that she said that I thought was hilarious, Rob, it seems like kind of sketchy down here, Nick. Like, do you kind of get that feel like, yeah, a little bit, but the suburbs obviously are really nice where we're at. And she's like, well, I'm walking around right now, and the one thing is I don't think I have to worry about anyone actually mugging me or robbing me because these people, they can't even stand up straight. They were just all like, they're just like walking on the side of the street, like tiptoeing, like almost falling over. So that would be my one observation is there's a lot of homeless people down here. Now, the action, I don't think is downtown, but walking in and around the arena area, it seems decent. There's a couple different pockets of downtown that you could maybe tie one on, but at the same time, Rob, and I haven't spent a ton of time in Utah. It was just weird at dinner last night. If you want to get a drink, you literally have to order a food item. So it's like as though it's a bag of chips at the bar or just chicken wings to sit on your table. Or for this instance, I had to get something like a dessert after the meal just to have one more glass of wine. So in that sense, it's a little different and not what we're used to, especially guys that maybe drink doubles or triples. But yeah, the pre-scout initially, sleeper downtown. It'll be buzzing tonight, obviously, for the game. But let's see, when we come back here midwinter, what the vibe is and what the overall aura of Salt Lake City is. Because right now I'm kind of in a blender a little bit. I'm looking around outside, like it looks nice, but it doesn't feel that safe. At the same time, obviously, there's a lot of inner cities that aren't perfect out there. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's I'm still developing my pre-scout, but I definitely do have an initial read, if you will.
So is the city clean? Because a lot of people say it's a clean city. So I'm a little bit shocked to hear this. When I think Salt Lake City, I think like a clean, sleek, wintry town. Obviously, you have the weird kind of organized religion side of it, which in my eyes, that's what I wouldn't feel safe with.
Right.
You take a wrong street, you go down a sidewalk, and next thing you know, you're in a cult, and you're getting things put up your butt. But that's besides the fact. Is it clean, or I've never been there before?
Yeah, it looks clean, but again, like I said, when I'm rolling down Main Street and I see everyone just, I saw like today, like I saw three guys smoking crack out of a Red Bull can or a used soda can. Now, you know how you go back to like the high school days when you used to get high through like an aluminum can where you'd kind of just like
Whip
make
it,
a little
yeah.
make a little like makeshift bowl in the middle of a can, and then on the other side you kind of cut it out and then you'd hit it like that and hold it in, and then your dope would go through the aluminum can. I saw like 40 to 60-year-old guys still doing that. You know what I mean? So they haven't graduated to the peace pipe per se. So as what I'm saying is it is clean, but at the same time, there is a lot of dirty bums out there, my friend. That's the one observation that is sticking out to the People's Insider right now.
Yeah, if you're going to smoke crack, you're going to want to take after the people of Edmonton. Remember, we were there.
Yes.
The Edmonton crackheads, man, they had some really nice pipes, and I was pretty close to being like, "Hey, can I get a hit of that?" It looked fun. It didn't look like The result of smoking crack, it doesn't look like that's something I wanted to do. But those Edmonton people, man, they had the nicest crack pipes. The sun was out. It was 70 something. But yeah, that intrigues me. Now, you said people, and I don't want to, shit on Salt Lake City too long, but you said people were sleepy. Was it a fentanyl thing where, how people in Philadelphia, they like stand around, they're like
Right.
kind of ways because they're so cooked? Was it like that?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. Like I said, like they're just leaning sideways because, after a bump of black tar heroin or one of the things that you're going to be, smoking in terms of crack, it's going to hit you a little different. Now, that is
especially in the elevation too. I feel like you get a quicker high.
Thin air. Yeah, I mean, you're getting high on your literal own supply too at the same time. But like where Nick was living at, and some of these nicer areas, like I believe it's called Sugar House and Holiday. Some of these areas, Rob, really nice. Suburbs. I mean, every city should have decent suburbs, and it seems like those areas obviously are really clean. I'm just saying, I'm speaking where I'm staying right now in a 3 Diamond downtown hotel, and that was just kind of a thing that kind of popped up on my chin. And now, listen, we're going to go over to the Delta Center. Now, the Delta Center was absolutely buzzing today. They had Ryan Smith do a little presentation, the owner there with his wife. Gary Bruce Bettman is in town. So the buzz around the city, as much as it is sleepy during the day, I think come 8 o'clock and even before it, when I'm going to head to this little pre-show, they have a little concert. That Shabuzi guy is singing, Rob, that guy that sings that Tipsy song. Everybody at the bar get tipsy. So I think that'll get a little motion, a little lotion into the people. I think they'll be boozing a little bit, drinking their craft beers. It seems like they really like around here, and that'll parlay into the game tonight. And yeah, man, the Delta Center looks good. Like we checked it out. The team store was buzzing today. It's crazy to think like a National Hockey League team is coming to a new city. Like this isn't just like some picnic or some throwaway game up in Rochester. This isn't an AHL team. This is an NHL team. And you forget just how big time the greatest league in the world is. I know it sounds stupid, but like just seeing it's like, holy fuck, like the NHL is here. And then the Olympics is here in 2 years. Like this city, like it's going to be on fire soon.
It's going to be kind of a weird crowd, I feel like. It's going to be, I would guess, the most tame crowd because that alcohol, it's not as strong. The people, I'm curious about how the people are. Like in Vegas, people popped out when the Knights were the new team, and it was like, whoa, this team has a full-blown fan base. Everybody's representing the team merch. People, normal hockey fans, you have your average fights here and there, people yelling, people being obnoxious, but then you have, people who really knew the game as well. So I'm also curious to know why the Wi-Fi is coming up as unstable, but we'll battle through this. It should be back in a second. But anyway, yeah, I'm curious to know how the fan base is. Are they going to ride and die by the team? If the team's not good, are they going to turn their back? It's, people, and I'll say it again, no disrespect to Utah, but when a whole entire city and state is like embedded in too organized of religion, it kind of freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah, it does have a sense of feel. Now, we're not looking to shit on this place the whole time. We're just calling it a spade, a David Spade. It does have a sense of you are maybe a little bit behind enemy lines, but at the same time, in a positive and a higher note, speaking of high, is the Utah Jazz, Rob. It is the loudest building for fans in the entire association. That is confirmed.
Is it?
The Delta Center for basketball games is crazy. These Mormons, they come all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Now, they can't drink caffeine, Rob, so they have all these places, hot drinks that have caffeine. So around town, another observation I made is they have these soda places, which is like coffee places, but they just sell soda. So they come all jacked up on like Dr. Pepper with a shot of vanilla in it, or you could get a vanilla Coke. Like you literally make like a caramel macchiato or one of these drinks, like a cold brew pumpkin spiced, but it's just soda. So these people, they come all jacked up on soda and they can't drink. A lot of them, anyways, on paper, and they come into these games and they're just loud as hell. So I think if that energy for basketball can transfer over to hockey, dude, this place is going to be crazy. It's going to be sneaky fucking crazy. And in the pro shop, spicy tuna jerseys are sold out right now. And that was the number one selling jersey. I was in there. It was boots on the ground. I was asking the manager of this place. Obviously, I bought a Nick Schmaltz 8-1. And the one jersey right now that's sold out in adult sizes is Liam Spicy Tuna O'Brien, and he will be chucking tonight for sure. So, folks, if you have a little action on the game, this is not an insider source, but All roads are leading to a Pat Maroon spicy tuna mano y mano showdown. Those guys guarantee they're fighting tonight in the first period, 100%. But you're fucking
Wow.
call JP Morgan and take out whatever money you had invested in your 401k or your daughter's college tuition and throw that right to your bookie and say, fella, I'm Johnny Chan right now. I'm going all in. There will be a fight between those guys because it's inevitable.
He kind of has to. I mean, if they sold out his jersey at the
Right.
pro shop there, he's gotta pay them back and drop the mitts and give them something to really fucking scream about. Did you get a chance to catch this Blues Kraken game so far? 1:30 start where I'm at. Obviously, today you and I, we had a little discrepancy. I was just so frustrated. I'm Googling what time zone is Arizona in. It says Mountain Standard Time, but it's not. It is on Pacific right now.
Yeah, and I wasn't trying to like make you out to be an idiot in those texts. I know I was short with it, but I was just boots on the ground. But yeah, that Google is not always
no,
right.
I didn't feel that way.
Okay, good.
I didn't feel that way. I was pissed at myself. I'm like, I can't figure out the fucking time zones.
Yep. So, but going back to this game, not the Utah game, the Seattle game and the Blues. First of all, the NHL starts off in Prague. Why are we playing in Prague for the first game of the year? That's a whole nother story.
Stupid.
Okay, now we get onto U.S. soil. Okay, so now we're back on our own home turf. Why the fuck are we playing at 1:30 where the goddamn game was in Seattle with Blues and fucking the Kraken? What are we doing? This is our best tilt that we're going to have. No disrespect to Disco Dan Bilesma. No disrespect to JB Snow and Binnington and the St. Louis Blues guys. I love those guys. But what is this game? This is how we're selling it? This is our opening game on our soil? Bob, what do we do? Like, again, we're not, brainiacs over here, but I think we could figure out a primetime game, a great way to launch the season. And I just don't know what the science behind this is. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it was a boring first period. The St. Louis Blues were basically skating in maple syrup. They were slow. They turned over the puck. They couldn't figure it out. Obviously, that'll happen first game of the season. You got to get that shit out of the way. And then all of a sudden, man, they scored 3 goals in the second, back to back to back. And it became a little bit more exciting. But yeah, I like to see a better matchup to get the year started. But, beggars also can't be choosers. It is they always do something weird, the NHL. And this is no disrespect to the NHL, but they always do something fucking weird. But the good news is they do have 3 games on in a row. So I'll be right on the couch for 9 hours burping and eating Tums and pretty much looking forward to the next 2 games. Boston, Florida. That's going to be a banger no matter what. And yeah, I mean, this game, it kind of is what it is. Man, I don't know what it is, but I have a hard time paying attention to the Kraken. I don't know what it is.
They just have a lot of guys that are like those small little lefties. It's like Matty Beniers, Jaden Schwartz, even Eberle. He's a right shot, but these guys are all good players. Tanev, they're all just like little water bugs and kind of just fit the same mold. Yanni Gord's another guy, a small little lefty. It just seems they seem like they have like the same exact kind of different players in terms of just parlaying that into just, I don't know, just like I like some of their back end. I don't like some of their back end and like their middle six. I don't know. Something about the Crackheads just doesn't get me a little 6 to midnight downstairs. But you mentioned the second game. And one guy I want to touch on, and obviously the Boston Bruins, they had to make some hard roster decisions over the last few days to get their goalie, Jeremy Swayman, signed. But a guy they let go on a professional tryout and from by all accounts had a pretty good camp is 2-time Stanley Cup winner Tyler Johnson. And it's like, it kind of reminds me of that Happy Gilmore scene when they're in tryouts. And it's like, Gilmore, I called your name, didn't I? He goes, oh no. Well, better luck next year. It's like, dude, they strung that guy all the way to the last day of camp before the roster freeze. Ultimately, you have to submit your 23-man roster. Now, they did not give him a contract. Will there be something in the wings announced at a later date when they have a little bit of cap space and wiggle room? I don't know, but I'm sitting here right now thinking like, that's like, Robbie, like that's like the girl that you just invest a nice dinner into, a nice seafood dinner into. You take her for a couple drinks afterwards. She's kind of touching you in places that you like. You're making out a little bit. You get her home, and all of a sudden that switch just flips, and she is now a different person. She doesn't want to bang you. She actually ends up going home, and it's just kind of just leaves you there to maybe, I don't know, self-medicate or self-touch or self-rub. And it's like, well, what happened here? This is like a complete 180. So I just feel for a guy like Tyler Johnson, man, because he had a good camp. he probably thought he was going to get at least a league minimum deal. And right now, sitting here on October the 8th, with the regular season starting, he has just his wrench in his hand and no contract to show for.
Yeah, I thought he was a pretty good player. I don't know if I just haven't been paying attention or what, but I thought that he's a guy that would be a shoe-in. And getting back to your point about getting it, yeah, it's like you bring a chick back and all of a sudden she says, "Oh yeah, I'm married, by the way." And it's like, well, what was the past 6 hours about? Why did I even bother with the seafood tower? That was $70 and the shrimp wasn't even that good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that sucks, but that's the business. I don't know who picks them up. I really don't. Definitely not the crackheads. Like you said, they all play the same way. It's kind of annoying watching the Kraken. They're all just very good with their sticks and putting their sticks in the right lanes. And yeah, I'm just not interested in it. It's kind of like me in Seattle in general. I'm just not interested in places that rain all the time. Yeah, I don't know. That sucks for Tyler Johnson. I'm sure somebody will pick him up, right? I mean, it's weird getting older. You see all these guys that used to be guaranteed roster spots, and now there's like, fuck, I don't even have a team. That just came up for me today. Somebody that used to be a guarantee guy in the league for the last like 6-7 years, I can't remember who it was, doesn't have a place to play. And I was like, holy fuck, how old am I, dude?
Yeah, and Tyler Johnson, obviously a 1990 born, and it's just crazy because Jim Montgomery a couple of days ago came out with comments, Rob, saying, he's won a Stanley Cup playing in a second line role. He's won a Stanley Cup playing in a fourth line role. He's seen it on all sides of it. And he's a guy that could really help us, and just with his intangibles of being able to play and his flexibility, no ditty, to play up and down the lineup. And it's just, you feel for a guy, but like you said, it's the business. He's made over $40 million. Let's just hope he can find something and find somewhere where he doesn't have to go to the jungle and play on a two-way contract and then get called up. So that's just one name. And there's a lot of names out there that, are still vying for roster spots, guys that didn't even get invited to camp on a professional tryout. So we'll kind of see where that goes. One guy on the Blues I was interested, if you watch the game, Rob, just as we're just going through this live right now, is Jordan Kyrou. Got a couple texts. He's been dancing tonight. During this matinee? Can you confirm that? I just had a couple texts saying Kyrou was kind of dancing out there. Was there glimpses of his game? Because man, that guy, when he's full tilt, he's a hell of a player.
Yeah, no, there was nothing in the first period. Nobody was dancing. Bennington actually was getting hung out to dry a little bit. A couple deflections. Second period, yeah, you could see Kyrou started getting it going. The thing with Kyrou is every time I watch him score, they're always nice goals. They're like if he's on a breakaway, he's going to score. Yeah. So I haven't really seen any flashy stuff, but when he got the puck both times and those scoring opportunities, he buried both of them. And obviously I'm a big fan of that because I have the over, and I would probably prefer the Blues to win. But yeah, I mean, it looks like they shook the rust off a little bit. Dan Bilesma, it looks really confused on the bench there. And by the way, shout out to Jessica Campbell, becoming the first chick that's a assistant hockey coach. That'll get the comments going on the internet, and people are like, why is everyone all mad? Dude, everyone's going to be mad about everything. Everybody is mad all the time about everything. She's rocking a pretty sick white suit, by the way. But yeah, I didn't know. Not only is she a chick, which is like, breaking barriers is important and all that bullshit, but she's 32 years old.
Yeah.
On an NHL bench, which is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, and good for Disco Dan from taking her from the chin of Coachella Valley over in Palm Springs and bringing her north, right, to Seattle. But I got a group chat going off right now, and I'm not going to name names, but her picture got sent in, and she actually looks pretty good. Like, look, she's a decent looking gal here. So one of the texts was, the boys sitting on the bench. I know all the boys aren't perverts, but I do know that at least half of them are. Haha, you're telling me they aren't thinking about it from time to time? It's like,
yeah, there's just no way guys aren't
right. Like, you're a dude.
It's just fucking dudes are dudes, and you could say what you want, but if your assistant coach is 32, blonde chick, pretty good looking, she's wearing a white suit, it's just like, I don't care who you are, what you think, like, dudes are going to be thinking in that way. It is what it is. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that you should want to fuck your coach, and I'm not saying that she should be a sex symbol or anything like that. But dudes are going to be dudes. And I'm not, it's not right. Like I'm not trying to take away.
That's just a tale as old as time, Rob,
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like, obviously she deserves to be there, and she has whatever. She's a real fucking NHL coach, but it doesn't matter what you are. You can be my goddamn therapist. If you're a hot chick, I'm going to be like, I know you're my therapist, but also if the opportunity arose, I would maybe want to do some hand stuff if you brought it up, not me.
Right. We could
Anyway,
we could shadow box, but again, keep it a professional like the boys
keep it
will
professional.
do, just like your therapist. But if you tell me I have a good stick there, my mind might go somewhere. That's all I'm saying.
It might. Not
like,
it depends on the day. It depends. But also, I just want to bring this up in the chat real quick. Somebody said, Rob, not sure if I'm just clueless, but why did you say that Keller shouldn't have been the captain? That was a joke. I said Mike Carcone should have been the captain. That was just a joke. I know a couple of people took that seriously. They're like, "What? What do you mean?" That's just a joke. Mike Carcone, friend of the show, hilarious guy, and he got a kick of that, and so did Kells. But anyway,
sometimes we joke around, and sometimes you can laugh. Crazy.
Yep,
Tell me crazy.
People don't like that, especially in the hockey community. I'm not going to get too much into it, but it is a very sensitive community in the recent years. But sometimes that shit happens. I mean, sometimes it's for right, sometimes it's for wrong. Anyway, Swish, non-bias, I think Utah is just going to fucking win tonight. It's going to be like 5-1.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, take out all of your money wherever you have it and shuffle it over right to your bookie or wherever you're getting your DraftKings bets, wherever it is. No free ads over here, so whoever it is, and just funnel it into the Utah Hockey Club because it is the inaugural night. People's Insider will be boots on the ground. It just sets the stage, especially against Chicago. Now, not a layup, improved team, but Dard will be firing. But at the same time, guys like Clayton Keller, guys like Lawson Krause, Nick Schmaltz, my brother, and even Mikhail Sergachev. A lot of these guys, man, this game means a ton to them. They got through the mud of playing at the iconic Mullet Arena. Now, to play in front of legit fans, they're going to have a red carpet. They're calling it the blue carpet to roll out the season. You have Shabuzi playing before the game. Everybody in the bar getting fucking tipsy. So I just think this is a lock. This game, I can't wait, Rob. I'm just so curious to see, like, is it going to be like a playoff atmosphere in there? I mean, they got the rally towels on the seats already. People with the white T-shirts, I think you're going to be able to throw on. So I think, man, it's going to be nuts. And I just think the Utah Hockey Club, I think Clayton Keller gets one tonight. Whatever his over is for points, I'm taking the over. I think Nicky Schmaltz is going to tuck one on the power play. He always does well when the family's in the stands. Knock on Tiger Wood there. But yeah, man, I just think it's shaping out to be a special night in Utah, and they will give the people what they want.
Do people get drunk in Utah? That's my main question. We kind of touched on it a little bit, but like, you're about to find out. Do they get drunk? Because it's kind of funny that they have Shabuzi. Are you going to tip them back?
Yeah, I'm getting drunk. Going to STK before the game. I should have said that if anyone's in town, but yeah, I'll be there.
There's an STK up there.
Yeah,
is Utah? Listen, I'm starting. Okay,
dude, there's a lot of money in Park City.
Okay, all right. So you're going out in Park City?
No, but downtown Salt Lake, I think there's a couple good restaurants, and I think there's a lot of money here. But
wow, that's I mean, it does surprise me, but it doesn't because religion is sneaky rich, dude. If you Google like the richest things in the world, it's all churches. I don't know the Fertiday Saints. I don't know how much money they have, but it's got to be in the upper bills or trills. So that obviously trickles down to the locals. But you know what? I really want to get up there. I know we're going up there for a ski vlog in hopefully November or early December, but I'm really curious if people are going to floor it there. And also, how are the fucking babes?
You know what? I have not seen one hot chick, but again, I flew in on a Monday and I'm here on a Tuesday, and hopefully walking around the Delta Center with 17,000 odd people there, I at least see a couple. I'm being serious.
Has to be.
I haven't seen one. I went to a little breakfast place, coffee shop that I would maybe see a decent something in a suburb today after we worked out. How are you? Didn't see anything. Last night, not really anything. But again, I haven't, it's not fair to say yet what my pre-scout is on the Larry Bird front, if you will. So we'll see tonight.
It's not like we're being overly horny. It's kind of just like when you go in a new area, you do want to, not even for yourself sometimes, just to tell your boys like, hey, like are there chicks there? It's kind of like dudes love living vicariously through dudes. It's like you could tell your friend like, hey, I'm on a flight right now. I'll call you back later. And he'll be like, are the stewardesses hot? It's like, why do you even want to know that? Why do you need to even know that information? It's just something we do, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think some people might think that's like a fratty approach. Some guys are scared to say it. Over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale, we like to cover all the bases with our pre-scout. How's the city? How are the restaurants? How are the bars? What is Park City like? How are the blondes? Sometimes you need a steak and a blonde. So yeah, Rob, we'll be boots on the ground here. We'll be checking it out. But tomorrow night we will be going live for the Rangers Penguins game. I just wanted to shout that out. Obviously, last year for the people that followed along, and we thank you for the live streams. We will be going live from the Chin for that game. That's the Pens, the Rangers, prime time. Can't wait to call that game. So what we usually do, if you haven't been with us before up until now, last year we do one game a week, sometimes two, where we'd be on the call. I kind of do the play-by-play. Rob would do almost the color commentary, and then we get off on different tangents and whatever else the hell we're talking about, what we see in the game. Maybe it's a guy's changed his tape job. Maybe, he's in a scoring slump. Maybe we heard he's whacking some new celebrity. Whatever we got for you, we like to do the live streams. We like to call games, and I'm fired up for that, man, because I think that's really our bread and butter over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale.
Yeah, I'm fired up for that too. I went down to the studio today. Our setup, it's not going to be great, but I will say it's an upgrade from the couch. Last season, we did every single one on the couch, a couple assholes on the couch commenting on the game. This year, we have a minor upgrade, and we're going to be behind a desk. We're going to be in suits. We're going to look hot. We're going to be a couple of classy looking dudes, professional looking dudes calling the game. So hopefully you mute your TV volume and listen to us. Rangers and Pittsburgh too. What a game. Shesterkin turning down $88 million. I absolutely love it. I want 3 digits for that deal if I'm going to play in New York. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, first off, a couple middle-aged assholes rocking a half Windsor tie up top and a pair of shorts on the bottom because you can't see us because it's only headshot up. Collinsworth and I would say Al Michaels like back in the day. Now, here's a guy, and speaking of a guy, Rob, is Igor Shesterkin turning down 88 bananas, and I think the man may have a point. I sneaky fucking love it. Now, how much does he want? With the cap going up to $92.5 million next year, what is a projected cap? Say he wants $12 million a year. Now, that's about 13% of the cap in terms of the team, what they can spend. I'm not a math guy, but that's what it checks out to be. So does he go over that? Like 15% of the cap with it only going up? Like, would you pay him 12.5 times 8, especially with the cap going up, money going up, increase? He is their most important player, Rob. Like, if they don't have him, they're not winning a playoff series. They really are not with their roster and how it is structured today, speaking on October the 8th.
What's with these 8-year deals? Like, I like it. It's no secret. I like when the players get paid, but I would be a little bit freaked out if somebody gave me an 8-year deal and I'm in New York City and I'm making 12 bananas a year. Like, I'm for sure going to experience a massive burnout. I don't even know if I'm getting 5 years in without having a goals against average of like 3.5. I don't know. I personally couldn't do it. I don't know, man. The goalie market's weird right now, isn't it? It's like everyone knows the cap's going up. Everybody wants more money, more term, more everything. It's just like pushing these GMs to the limit, which I absolutely like. They should get a lower split, by the way, the CBA. I don't like the 50-50 split. I think that's
Do you think he's the best goalie in the league, though?
Nah, I think Vasilevsky is the best goalie in the league.
So do you think Shesterkin's top 3?
I put him at 3.
Who's 2? Bobrovsky? Hellebuck? Hellebuck won the Vezina, but he doesn't get it done in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. Maybe Shesterkin at 2 then.
Yeah, so I think he's top 3, but okay, so Vasilevsky, he signed that deal like way long ago. Man, I don't know, like 12 million,
that's a lot of money.
That just seems steep. Now, listen, I know it's arguably the most important position on a hockey club is your netminder. I don't know. Netminders to me have always been just I don't know, redheaded child. I don't know. Like it's like
a lot of years, bro. It's
right.
8 years.
But it's like 8 years, and now his market value with the cap, what it's projecting, new TV revenue. I mean, you got to take that all into account. But at the same time, it's like, I don't think you can go over 12 mil for a netminder. If you do that, I think, listen, if I'm playing Chris Jury, like I'm thinking money in, money out. Like if I'm going to sign that guy for 12 times 8, then I probably got to get rid of either Panarin or Zibanejad. And I'm probably, if Zibanejad's movable, move him and then maybe sign Shesterkin and then maybe get some sort of top 4 defenseman in return. Now, listen, we're not cap guys. We're not GMs. I am speaking in hypotheticals as an asshole over here in Salt Lake City at a 3 Diamond Hotel with a pair of shades on and a hat on. Okay. So hypothetically speaking, I just think, fuck, man, that seems like a pretty big number, but I think he might have a point. I think he might get his bag. You see in Swayman. So you're going to pay him, you potentially pay him $4 million more a year than Jeremy Swayman. Like, dude, in a playoff series, like, I think Swayman could get the job done just as good, if not better, than Shesterkin.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's a lot more. I just think they should get rid of the cap. Can we just get rid of the cap and just have the big dogs spend the big paper? Like, how cool would that be? I just hate the fact, like, I'm looking at guys like Montour and I'm looking at guys like even like a Yanni Gourde on Seattle. And it's like, I kind of hate when teams win a cup with a group and then you know that 3 or 4 guys are going to be gone. You know that 1 or 2 pivotal pieces are going to be gone. It's kind of a buzzkill. Like, and also for the player, I know that, you know, obviously you're going to be stoked to sign a 7, like Montour, for example. I think he signed a 7-year deal in Seattle. You're like, fuck it. I won a cup. Now I'm getting a big ticket. I would be like, kind of like, hey, I kind of want to stay on the team that I won the cup with. I just hate this whole thing where you load up this team, you win together, and then you dismantle it. It's kind of annoying. And I think it's kind of fucking annoying for the fans.
100%. And friend of the show right now is actually watching us, Jeff Merrick. So if you're watching, Jeff, he just said, fuck, you guys are good. So I just wanted to say that. He said some other stuff, but I'm going to leave that personal. But Merrick is a beauty. So I just wanted to shout him out, Rob. You know, he gave us a couple clicks. So what a beauty that guy is. And I can't wait to get him on the show when he can talk to us, because that guy is good. Speaking of good is Jeff. So I just want to give him a quick shout out.
And it's good to hear that praise too, because we're doing this right now. We're battling through adversity. It's 3:54 where I'm at. We usually do this a little bit later. And for everyone that's listening, we're going to go live pretty much after the slate of games. It's going to be more geared towards nighttime. But no, we're getting it done during the day. Obviously, you're on the road and I'm not on the road. And shout out Jeff Merrick, dude. It's sucks to see him leave or not leave, but you know, the situation, I'm not going to speak on it because I don't fucking know about it, but it would be cool to hear from him and have him on here and whatever. But a true professional of the sport.
100%.
Moving on. I was going to say, moving on, I don't really have much to say about the rest of the slate today because I pretty much don't. I want to wait and see what you say about the Delta Center. I wish, you know, I kind of wish I went, Swish. I was like, like, should I go? Like, I kind of only want to travel right now if it's work related, but I'm interested to see that home opener atmosphere. So if you don't mind, can you just FaceTime me during the thing and film the whole thing for me?
I was going to say, can you maybe look at your Southwest app right now and see if there's a bird getting in sometime at like 7:45, because the tarmac to the arena is only about 10 minutes. So I was kind of thinking that today. I was like, fuck, is he just going to fly in, you know, like, you know, why not? But yeah, I miss you, fella. Here.
Yeah,
obviously I miss you, fella, but we'll be back tomorrow snapping it. One thing we just wanted to touch on, obviously, with the move from AZ now into Utah, is just how weird it is walking around Scottsdale and the greater Phoenix area without the boys there. Now, listen, we're not saying we're some fucking jock sniffers over here like Tracy Morgan in Longest Yard with our pom-poms out for the guys, but it does suck not having NHL games to go to. We've touched on it, but now that we're getting to the regular season, what I'm trying to say to you, Rob, is just hopefully one day we can get hockey back in the Valley. We can get National Hockey League back in the desert where it belongs, because I'm looking at this market. Now, this is no disrespect to the good people of Salt Lake City. Ryan Smith, I think, is going to be one of the greatest owners in hockey history. I think that I'm saying that right now. I really think he is, man. I think he's on a mission. I believe everything he's saying. It's like propaganda, but I'm buying it. I'm buying the smoke. But I think if hockey can make it here, man, it can make it an AZ in the right spot, and it can be a top 5 market in the U.S. like we know it can be, fella, as a couple residents.
Oh, it's not even close. It's sickening that there's not a team here. And we've said it before. That's 41 opportunities that we would have to go see an NHL hockey game this year in Arizona, and you just can't. It's like, I don't even know what to do. Like, I might just go drinking at a bar and watching, I don't know, other teams just out of despair and sadness. Like, there's a void here. It's like the 6th biggest city in the country. You can blah, 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 all the fucking stats out. There absolutely should be a team here. There's no doubt about it. All they got to do is just figure out, build the arena, and they will come. And that's it. Get a new owner and get these guys back. Obviously, it's kind of weird to think that if there was a team in 3-4 years or whatever, that all those guys, who knows, some of them might be retired. They're going to be in Utah. They're not going to come back. So it's going to be a whole new team, a whole new franchise eventually. But yeah, man, hockey. And people don't understand this. As a player, how fucking nice is it to play in Scottsdale? Or play in Arizona. It's unbelievable. The weather is pretty good, even though right now it's way too hot. The chicks are hot. There's a lot of restaurants that are up and coming. There's a lot of new restaurants coming.
Heard a lot about you.
Yeah, a lot of new places to go try out. But you don't really get bothered in public. Yeah, it's just a shame. We've talked about it so much. It's just fucking weird. Obviously, there's ASU hockey, but yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and you mentioned, when you're in a market when you can put the flip-flops on all year round, put the Ray-Bans on, and walk into a practice and walk out and saying, fuck, all right, looks like I'm going to the pool at my house, or I might go have one, say at a wet deck somewhere, or maybe just go eat outside and get some nice tacos and watch a game that's going to come on early because we're on West Coast time. And all of a sudden we have NFL, we have association, we're watching golf, and it's all patios. It's all good time. So hockey will be back. Obviously, I think that's no secret to hockey fans around the National Hockey League, but it's just in the time being to kind of wear this one on the chin, if you will, and just kind of wait does suck. But you know what? Speaking of sucking, just one thing I want to mention was just a couple clicks for a guy, retired coach, and I'm transferring over to the gridiron right now. And I just saw some game film over the weekend of William Belichick with his 23-year-old girlfriend. Come on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Listen. Now, we don't all strive to want to be divorced. We all strive to want to have successful families, marriages, have kids, but if you're going to take a left turn and go for a detour, my God, does he have a nice companion right now with that girl? And it looks like Bill's doing well. Looks like he's figured it out like he always has in terms of scheming up a great just defense and offense at the same time. Rob, he was rocking a Taylor Swift sweatshirt too. I just thought that was hilarious. If the top's that good, I'll wear any sweatshirt.
I don't think I would be able to have the stamina to whack a 23-year-old how old is he? 60 something?
Yeah, he must. He's almost like 70, dude. He's on the Blue Diamonds for sure.
Dude, I don't know if I could be with somebody that I know that's with me because of who I am. You know what I mean? I don't know if I would be able to, especially take a selfie with her in a Taylor Swift hoodie. It would take a lot out of me to get to that level. But Bill, he's a smart guy. I've seen the defenses that he's cooked up for a long time. He's not a dumb guy. He obviously knows that. The guy knows every defensive scheme in the book. He knows the scheme of this young lady. No disrespect to her, but there's a reason why you're whacking Bill Belichick. And it's not because he puts together unbelievable defenses and he wins tons of championships. It's because cha-ching. And that's no disrespect. I'd probably be doing the same thing if I was a chick, but I don't know if I could do it if I was him. I don't know. Because every day I'd be like, this girl's just with me because I'm Bill Belichick and I drive a 2024 Bentley Continental. I don't know. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah. There's, it's goods and services. And what do you provide for me? And this, not only does he, teach you a little bit about World War II and Vietnam, he can show you all 50 states. Just bend over, baby. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's just kind of funny. Good for Bill. And yeah, I just wanted to touch on that in terms of, a little Belichick talk, a little Belichick with a younger lady, good for Bill. I'll tip my cap any day to that.
I didn't see him as a type of guy that would be down to do that. I think I could see Bill Belichick with a sturdy 48-year-old, right? Someone that, maybe once or twice divorced, but smart, good head on her shoulders. I'm not saying that 23-year-old is dumb, but she's also 23. Right. And, you and I have had some experiences out to dinner with people that are a little bit younger and her, we're not going full Diddy or Epstein here. We're talking, 5-6 years younger. Right. But I didn't see him. I was unfamiliar with his game. And,
maybe
good for him.
Maybe she's an old soul, but yeah,
maybe she's a deadhead.
We have gone on dates with Younger gals. Okay, we're saying 5 or 6 years younger. Now imagine 50 years. Like, man, that's good on Bill. Good on Bill. But
that's too much. That's
it's
too
way
much.
too much. It's way too much.
I couldn't even do. I don't even think I could do it. I haven't been fit. I haven't been 70 years old yet, or I haven't had a lot of money yet. But I don't think I could do it. I don't know, man.
Is that the Patriot way? I guess it is, right? Out with the old, in with the new. That's the Patriot way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
isn't it weird to think that him and Tom Brady ended up single? They both were incredible in the football field. They were basically dating. They won all these championships, like 20 AFC championships, and then they both left football and became single. It's like then they had to find themselves. Like, wait, I think they should just start dating each other.
I was gonna say, could they move in and be roommates and start maybe going at each other? Maybe that would just rekindle the relationship. Literally.
How funny would it be if they went out together, just as single eligible bachelors? And I wonder if they can cook up off the field the same way they cooked up on the field. I wonder how they do on like a double date scenario. That should be a TV show.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine that TMZ article: Brady dating Belichick.
That would be sneaky hot.
That would be. No, I'm not into dudes, but I might want to get on that. You know, like, what are you guys doing later? Because I want to hang out with you. You know, not to do that, just to see your dynamic. But anyways, Rob, I wanted to go over and I wanted to give some love. There's a lot of love talk here, but I want to give some love to the crew of guys on the ice this season in the National Hockey League that are wearing no visor. Now, I'm a big no visor guy. I'm always an advocate of guys wearing no visors. Up until the 2012-2013 season, you could wear a visor, and if you wore one before that, you were grandfathered in. I was a guy in my limited games, I had to wear the visor. So I would fucking tilt that thing to the ceiling, because if I were a guy playing, I would have went no visor. I'm not tough. I just thought I saw better. And if you didn't take out my eyes, I would have worn no visor. I think it looked sick. I just think you look juicy. Guys like Chris Chelios, I grew up watching. Guys like Brent Seabrook, defenseman, right shots, that did that. Okay, in saying that, we have a list of guys this season going no visor still in the National Hockey League in the 24-25 season. That is Ryan O'Reilly, Ryan Reeves, Zach Bogosian, Milan Lucic. Put an X through that. He is no longer with us. Jamie Benn.
He died?
He did not die. He's just no longer in the league.
Oh.
He cannot do this. Okay. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, Milan. And then a guy like Matty Martin, who is 35 years old, that Lou Lamoriello still has on a PTO. They told him that you will travel with the team. We will sign you if something happens. So he's still around. So we got a list of 5 guys here, Rob. And I just wanted to ask you, who do you think of this list will be the last guy in the league going no visor? You got Ryan O'Reilly, Ryan Reeves, Bogosian, Jamie Benn, and then assuming Matt Martin gets signed, we have a list of the Jackson 5, if you will.
It's got to be O'Reilly. I think O'Reilly is still hungry. I think that guy wants to win. I think it's got to be O'Reilly. I think it's going to come down to who stays in the league the longest. I don't know. I don't. Now, is Riley and Ben, are they both 90s or 91s? Or Ben's an 89?
Jamie Benn's an 89, Factor O'Reilly's a 91.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be Riley. I think it's crazy to see that there's only 5 guys left, 5 guys, burgers and fries left with visors. Visors. Also, wait, Matt Martin didn't make the open night roster. Is that correct? I don't pay attention to the Islanders.
So my interpretation is Lou Lamoriello is keeping him around because right now, obviously, they're up to the cap. So if something happens, Matt Martin is right there in the wing to sign him, to get him under contract. So assuming something will happen or they move someone down, there'll be some roster movement. Now, Matt Martin will get signed, but he's traveling and with the team like he's on the team, but he doesn't have a contract right now. Crazy.
I didn't know that was allowed.
Yeah, you can be on a PTO. Yeah, you can.
How long can you be on a PTO for?
You can
like
be on
a whole year?
Yeah, technically you can. I mean, guys, you could be on a PTO, but you could never. To play a game, you have to sign a standard player contract, an SPC. But yeah, you could be on a PTO the whole year just practicing. Yeah, you theoretically.
I didn't know that. Yep, I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say O'Reilly. What about you?
Yeah, I think that's, unless, he just decides one day he wants to throw on the visor. He's like, okay, maybe, I got some more kids now and my wife's telling me to throw it on. But that always comes into a factor because you'd always see guys like Erica Branson who threw on a visor about 2 years ago when he was playing in Calgary. So, yeah, I think ultimately, like the factor, he looks so good, no visor. Jamie Benn, I think the O'Reilly will outlast him, but you never know.
Yeah, I think I would have to wear one, dude. I know, like, I would wear a bubble, to be honest with you. Just knowing my luck and knowing that I can't keep up with the pace of the game when it's that fast, I would have to. I don't want to lose my eye. They're not afraid of losing
No,
their eye. One
yeah,
deflection. It's actually a miracle that more
yeah,
guys haven't had eye injuries.
yep. And you're right on that. And next, I want to shift over, Rob, just over to. Did you catch the Stanley Cup winning rings they were awarded, or they were passed out last night in Florida, in the Chin of Florida? They went with a more gold look as to silver. Now, I'm a gold and silver guy. I know you're a gold guy yourself. One thing I wanted to ask you. Now, you're getting that Stanley Cup ring that's worth anywhere between 25 and 50K. So if Bob Gucci wins a mug, you're a single guy. A lot of guys, they just tuck that thing away. They put it in the case. They bring it out at select events. Are you wearing that thing out like on a random Saturday night in the summer and say you're in Miami and you're Rob Gooch and you're making it rain? Like, well, talk to me on that front, because I could. Now, listen, you're not that guy, but you have the ability to play that guy. Like, would you just be like, yeah, fella, I got the ring out tonight, or are you tucking that thing away and be like, that's just too much? I was just curious. I'm genuinely curious as your friend how you'd be rocking that thing.
If I did it as a joke, if I was with a group of my friends, I'd do it. Would I do it by myself? Like, look at me, look at my ring. Absolutely not. I guess I wouldn't go out by myself anyway. But it completely depends on who I'm with.
What if you're wheeling like a girl out of your league or something? You're like, fuck.
Like I'm going out with a girl.
Yeah, or you have like a wedding plus one date, and
No.
Okay,
I'm not gonna wear it. I'm talking. It's too big, dude. They get bigger every year. They get bigger and bigger and bigger every year. And it's almost like if you're wearing that thing, it's gonna be like, hey, look at me type attention. And I only like that in some instances. So if I'm
Right.
going out, let's say I'm in Miami with my friends and we get there on a Thursday, we're going out Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If we can even keep, if we have a bag of snow, we could probably do 3 days in a row. Without it, probably not. Maybe one of the nights I'll go out and just be like, look at me, look. And also, I would let my buddies wear it for sure. I would let one of my friends wear it out for the whole night and just be like, dude, please don't lose this.
Yeah, and they end up losing it. But yeah, I'm with you too.
What about you? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I would have that thing tucked away, and like I said, maybe if I was showing up to like a big time event, say we got somehow tickets to the U.S. Open row 1, and I was going to meet Roger Federer, 5-time champion. I might have that thing in my back pocket just sitting there, just in case I slip it on. He's like, "You guys won the cup." Like, "Oh, I saw the rings are unbelievable." Yeah, it's right here, and you just put it on. Just slip it on quick and just show them off. Because, dude, that thing at the end of the day, Rob, it is cocky to wear it around, but it is the hardest trophy in sports to win. And I just think something about it, just like you put that thing on, that guy fucks. It's like, fuck.
And you did win it. And you did
Yeah.
win it. You deserve it. Also, I was at a very classy establishment called Bottled Blonde in Arizona. If you ever want to hang out with a bunch of guys with 580 credit scores with $30,000 chains on, even though there's 8K in their bank account, head on over to Bottled Blonde. That's a free ad. But I was in Bottled Blonde one time, Swish, and this guy had a Super Bowl ring on. And me and my buddy, shout out to Jake. Shout out to Jake. I don't want to say his full name on here. I already did though. We're arguing, is that actually a New York Giants Super Bowl ring? We went back and forth. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to go ask him. It turned out to be like the backup punter, like somebody ridiculous. It was somebody on the roster, but you never know. And he was like, yep, I was on the New York Giants Super Bowl team. Here's the ring. He let us try it on, take a picture with it. It was pretty cool. So for moments like that, I think is pretty cool, because he's like a backup punter. He's kind of like I don't want to call him a nobody, but that was a cool instance. So maybe I'll wear it out for moments like that, for other people's sake. You know what I mean?
100%. And he's a small piece on that chessboard, but at the same time, you're still on the chessboard,
Still on the team, baby.
which is pretty cool. And lastly, what I had for you, I don't know if you got anything more. We could take some questions too before I go over to the Chin of the Delta Center and watch Shabuzi put on a show. So my cousin got me probably. Listen, I'm not. You know me. I'm not a big birthday guy. I don't give a shit about birthdays. People always birds. They have like a birthday month. It's like, okay, we get it. It was your birthday. Everyone's got a birthday. It's once a year on the 12-month calendar. Congrats, couple clicks. Let's move on. But I think the greatest birthday gift I've ever got was today from my cousin Jake Schmaltz. Got me a cameo from Bruce Buffer, and
Yeah.
just the way that Buffer announced it. He said, "Keep your chin tucked," to the People's Insider. I think you caught that. I posted on my account, obviously. Yeah, that was hilarious, man. Buffer is one of my favorites. Obviously, you're a big UFC guy, so that made my week. That made my day. I was dying laughing when I woke up in the family group chat. I was like, what the fuck, Buffer? Like, and then I clicked on it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, they spent a decent sheet to get that done. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Fighting, unbelievable.
Yeah, I saw that. It was actually the first thing I saw this morning when I woke up. I naturally, just like everybody, wake up and we all have severe addictions to our phone. I get on my phone, only one eye's open. I'm going, full Pirates of the Caribbean with one eye. I'm just scrolling, and I saw Bruce Buffer it was on the Live in 5 account, right?
Yep.
It was on the Live in 5 account, and I thought for some reason it was like fake. It was gonna cut out, or it was like a clip you guys did. But no, that was really cool. I watched the whole thing, and just what a side hustle for a guy like that. Like, you have a voice like that, you might as well use it. But yeah, that's a great gift, a thoughtful gift. And when he said keep your chin tucked, it was pretty funny. So what a beauty. And yeah, I was gonna ask you how much that cost, but I'll ask off the stream here.
I think it's public knowledge. Like, if you go to the Cameo, I think it's like it ranges from like $250 to $500, just depending on the length.
Jesus.
And if Buffer could rip, that's what I was saying to my dad. Like, he's like, why does Buffer do that? I'm like, well, fuck, if he could rip off 20 of those a day on his off days when he's not doing UFC, I mean, he can make 10 grand.
Dude, absolutely. I kind of want to look it up right now. Bruce Buffer cameo, because sometimes it tells you how many ratings they have.
Yeah.
So if you look up,
he reposted it too on his Twitter from the Live in 5 account too. That's so funny. I threw out a tweet, just it's kind of the same thing on the Instagram page, and Buffer retweeted it.
Oh my God. Do you care if I read how much it is or no?
No, I mean, I didn't pay for it.
Okay. $318, because that's with 15% off. It's usually $375, right? And he has 1,123 reviews. So let's just do quick math on that. That is $357,000 worth of cameo. So hell yeah.
That we
shout
know
out
about.
to Bruce. I mean, that's just people that reviewed it. That is a souped up full package Lamborghini worth of cameos. But yeah, that's a great gift. Awesome gift.
Yeah, that was cool. Should we take a couple questions here before I go boots on the ground? Again, I'm gonna have some game film out of the Delta Center and all that's going on over there. But should we take a couple questions? Do the folks have any questions for the Utah Hockey Club? Do you want a decent bet tonight that we might think that's got some action on it? Or what are the people saying? I know we're going a little bit earlier here today, but it's also the NHL season just opened up, and we do have hockey on right now. So what do we got?
Yeah, anyone that's got any questions, fire them away right now. We're going to take one. This guy goes, Robert, go to the dentist. I can't stand your teeth anymore. I don't think it's a dentist thing. And honestly, I just couldn't get veneers, Swish. It just looks stupid. It looks like there's 2 cheese sticks in my mouth. I'd rather have my natural jaggedy teeth and then, got these fake veneers and kind of look like a horse. If it looks too fake, it just looks fucking stupid. And I already look stupid. So I think if I got veneers or fixed my shit, I would just look like a bigger dumbass. So no, I'm not going to do that. So we are going to take a first question. Besides the bro, Switch, who are you excited to watch tonight for the hockey club?
I'm excited to see Mikhail Sergachev and see how he looks. Obviously, coming off an injury last year with Tampa Bay, he looked pretty good going down the stretch for him. Amazing that he was able to come back from that leg injury in 3-4 months. So I'm looking to see how the 98 car looks back there running the first power play. I want to see how in sync they are. Another guy on that power play will be the newly signed Dylan Guenther, just coming in on that left flank, the way he can shoot the puck. Cooley is another guy I'm looking at in terms of just, has he made the next step? How has his camp been? Does he look a little bit more confident on the ice? Is he hanging on to pucks, but at the same time moving the puck how he should be in terms of just playing a more simplified game? So we'll see on that. You're calling me right now too, Rob. I don't know if your phone
What?
Yeah. I got Rob Gucci calling me.
No, I'm not. Is this fucking scam again, dude? No, I'm not. Look.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's probably that.
What is
scam
going
again.
on with that, man? Remember that one time you were calling me and I was calling you and we both weren't calling any. That's insane. I don't know.
That is insane. Hilarious though.
Yeah. Rob, we kind of talked about this earlier. Rob, are you serious about Keller not deserving the captain? I don't know much about the guy, and you said that. Nope, that was just a joke on my Instagram story. Carcone and Keller are both friends of the show, and I said Carcone should be the captain. It was just a joke. So yeah, no, that was not serious. I know a lot of people. I wouldn't expect them to know that that was a joke, but no, that was just a joke. What did OB get you for your birthday swish?
Nothing yet, but I think in Kansas City, where me and the Heat Daddy will be next week, I believe that already is, Rob. So we'll be there doing some stuff for Jaeger. I'm sure we're going to have a couple old fashions, some Jaeger. The piss will be flown, so I'm sure then is when the boys will get together and really chuck them back. So yeah, can't wait for that. That's a Kansas City show. At the Kansas City Live. It's something with Jaeger, DraftKings. So the boys are fired up. We're going to be teaming up with the Missing Curfew guys. And yeah, we'll be chucking them in Kansas City. If you're in Kansas City, let us know next week. That's Sunday the 20th, I believe.
Yep, we will be there. And yeah, I think that's about it for the questions. Dude, what is going on?
I don't know. It's crazy.
Answer it. Answer it.
It just said not available. Like it went to it called me and then it went to your voicemail. Like what is going on with these? What's going on in Cammie Harris's America right now? What the fuck?
So somebody's calling you from my phone and my phone's not even where. I don't understand what's going on.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on either. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows anymore, but I hope that's not happening to other people. Jesus Christ. That's kind of like scary.
Yeah. I don't know who's got her number, but it's not good.
Do I have to change my number?
I was thinking that same thing. Who knows? I mean, with this election bullshit, we're not going to get into that stuff. But yeah, like I just think like you get all these random texts, these calls. Who knows what's going on?
I know. I just got a random one too. We'll wrap this up. But for anyone that caught a little bit of this or got a piece of it, the full episode is going to be out on YouTube. It's also on Spotify and Apple pretty much right away. And yeah, man, we'll be live broadcasting tomorrow night's TNT game between the New York Rangers and the freaking Pittsburgh Penguins. And yeah, man, enjoy the game tonight. Again, happy birthday. I know you're not a birthday guy, but just gonna say that on air so I look like a good friend. And yeah.
Yeah, we will be live again tomorrow night for the Rangers Penguins game. Thursday, we'll be back probably after a game doing some, just tape to tape like we do here. We're going to be doing it once or twice a week. North Dakota show at Joe Black's in Grand Forks. That is on the 26th. So if you're up there for the Boston University series, again, tune into the boys. If you missed this show, missed the live one, it's on YouTube. It'll be up on Spotify and Apple. Rob, I'm going to go get in one. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have a few drinks tonight and celebrate accordingly. Anytime my sister and I get together, it starts the drinks start flowing. We got a couple other family members in town. Hopefully the boys can win and Nick can have a couple after before they have to hit the road. So we'll see on that front. We'll see you tomorrow, my friend. Low and slow, baby.
All right. Enjoy the night, fella. Adios, everybody. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.